So, hey guys, one of the things that I really, really appreciate about each and every one of you guys is our industry is literally known for the ego that it has. We have people competing every day. They run their whole lives on, where they are on a scoreboard or a scorecard or these type of things. We even have all the way to the point that people will make up numbers just because they get into ego. But what I appreciate about each and every one of you guys is that you guys have taken this step past that, and you know that we're better together. That if everybody shares and everybody helps each other and that we mastermind, that we can do so much more than holding up and saying, hey, this is how I do it, but I don't want to share that with anybody. So I just really want to take a second and honor each and every one of you guys. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, how much you guys share and how much you guys help each other. I can tell you collectively that you guys are the best in the nation. I'm not kidding. You guys are the best. You're the best quality people. You are fantastic producers. This is literally the best group of people that we have. And today, I'm going to take some time to shut my big yapper and let some of the clients talk and to share. So what we do each quarter is we have a tips and tricks mastermind. So once a quarter, whenever we hear of anybody that has a tip or a trick that either A, saves time, or B, makes you more money, then we write it down. We say, hey, will you share it on the next tips and tricks? So today in the lineup in the chat box, looks like we have about 10 people that we're going to have to share. So in the interest of time, we're going to keep it to 2 minutes. So everybody has 2 minutes to share. This is what I want to have an agreement with each and every one of you on, is if you can get present right now. This is being recorded. So you don't have to say afterwards, oh my God, what was that he said on this? Or where is that website? Or this is being recorded. It will be uploaded in the group by the end of the day today. So you don't need to overly take notes. B, this is how we can most help you, is if you can get really present and you can make a decision if you're going to do this or not, okay? What I've seen in the past is that when we do some of these tips and tricks, it creates so much extra headspace for people because they're going, oh, I don't know, should I do this? Should I do this? And that's not what we want to do. So because we do these once a quarter, and sometimes I repeat things, you're going to hear me repeat one today too, that all I want from you is listen, and then it's just a yes and no. If it's a yes, cool, I'm going to implement that now. Right now, I've got the recording I've taken notes on, or wow, that's a fantastic idea. I'm going to go ahead and catch that in the next quarter. That's how we can best serve you here. Is that cool? Can I see everybody? Can we have that agreement? Not, put your head if you're cool with that. That's the way that we can best serve you guys. So I'm also going to take a second whenever I do this to introduce it or to tell you what problem that I see that it solves so it can better help you guys too. So the first one that I want to go is Eric Zanatelli. I think this one is a fantastic way to reach out to referral partners when we're all stuck with, hey, how do I get back in front of them? How do I get an extra touch in that's not weird right now? He told me this is a couple weeks ago, and I was like, dude, that's brilliant. Will you share that? So Eric Zanatelli, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so what happened is one day I was sitting here brainstorming with the person that works for me named Sarah, and we're trying to figure out what we could put it into the hands of realtors who were referring us and who are still stuck on having to refer us and 3 other people. And so I was thinking about all this stuff, and I thought, well, heck with this. I'm going to call one of my realtors and ask her how she refers me. So I called her, and I said, how do you refer me? And she goes, well, I always forward 3 contacts of the 3 lenders. And I said, the contacts from your phone? And she said, yeah. And I said, okay. And she asked me why I asked, and I told her I was thinking about this and that. Hung up the phone, and all of a sudden I just had this aha moment. I wonder what my contact looks like in her phone. I wonder what my contact is in her phone. Is it just Eric Z? Is it Eric Mortgage? Is it E Zanatelli? Does it have my email address? Does it have my area code or not my area code? Because you can save contacts in your phone. If you just look through your own phones, you'd be amazed at the way you have. And what was funny is the realtor I called who helped me with the aha moment, I looked in my phone at her contact, and what I have in my phone is 3 real estate companies ago that she worked for as where she works, because I know where she works. So why would I update her contact? So I got to thinking, I need to make sure that every single person that I do business with has the contact in their phone that I want them to have in their phone. So I I kept playing with my iPhone, and Droids may be different, but I was able to put in there how, as one of the addresses, instead of an address, I put in there how to apply, go to my website, they can whatever, and made sure my email address, and then what I've been doing is emailing it, texting it to agents and I also wasn't sending my contact to borrowers. Again, just stupid as I could be, thinking they're going to save me. Well, they don't save me. And then if they're like me, they have 400 texts in their phone that they have no idea who they're from. They just have a phone number because we don't save who we talk to. And so I made my contact and I sent it to a couple of people and had them open it on their phones and got it tight, real tight. And now, as a way to start a conversation with a realtor, I'm sending them my contact and saying, hey, it's Eric. I'd like you to please save this complete contact in your phone and delete whatever you have for me. Because if they update it, if they just update it, it corrupts what I send.
So
And if you send it, it will corrupt what you send. So it was a big aha moment. It's actually started some pretty cool conversations, and all of them have just said, okay, be happy to do it. I haven't gotten anybody, no pushback, but people. And then I bring the topic up to them, and they think like, oh yeah, I wonder how I appear in other people's phones.
So let me just show you guys a quick how-to on it. So this is how he shows up in my phone right here. Can you see it? Are you seeing it, Eric?
Yep.
Okay, so this is how he shows up in my phone. Let me show you something else. So let me show you. This is how he shows up in my text app. Right? Do you see how better he shows up right there, right now?
A little cartoon face.
And then this is what he's talking about at the bottom of his thing. He has this in there where he has, hey, where to apply, and then he has a link to his website in there right now. So this is how he did it. He texted me and he said the same thing to me, exactly what he did. And I just kind of helped him through it. He fixed it real quick. It was maybe a 10, 15-minute thing. I said, dude, it looks amazing. And he moved on. So you guys make a decision if that's something that you want to do. I thought it was fantastic. And it was a great way just to have cool conversations with realtors, but also to have really a turnkey system for your text, which I thought was brilliant. So next is Stacy Luna. This one, you know what? She said this the other day, and I've heard it before, but it was only when she said it that I was like, oh, that's what that is, because I mess this up all the time. This is just a little funny little trick, but go ahead, Stacy.
All right. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Okay, can you see my phone?
Hold it there for a second. Yeah, now we can. Yep.
Okay. So what I want to show you, this is the space bar trick, and you can Google this if you're not getting it in this short little intro to it. But the point for me on this is this will probably save me 3 years of my life because I am constantly having to retrack for misspellings, especially on my iPhone with my fingers when I'm trying to type it, or voice to Siri, who never understands me. So basically what you can do is if you type anything here and you realize that you've misspelled something, okay, which obviously that's not even a word, all you have to do is this. Hold down on the space bar and you can move your cursor just like that. And then just drop it right where you want to and then make that correction.
This is something that I'm like, I don't know why I thought this was so brilliant, but it was for me because I text so much and I make so many mistakes, and I'm always trying to go in there, trying to fix it, and then I'm annoyed because it's not the right thing.
Yes.
So I love that one. So guys, I don't know why somebody wouldn't do this one. It doesn't take any extra time, but just know there's an easy way that you can save some time on that. So thanks for sharing, Stacy Luna.
You're welcome. And real quick on Eric Z's, which that's awesome. I'm totally going to do that. But save yourself as a favorite in your phone. If you have an iPhone, when you go down to your contact list, there's a little star down there that says favorites. So save yourself. So mine says Stacy Luna Mortgage Banker. Save it as a favorite. So that way you're not fumbling when you're trying to send somebody your contact.
Cool. Thank you for that as well. Brad Schenk, I saw this the other day, and I was like, you know what? We've said this a couple times to people, but I cannot tell you how important this next one is in there. We have a methodology in our own company for it, and it works brilliantly. So Brad, why don't you share really quickly what you came up with?
Yeah, well, it's not something that I came up with. It's something that I was taught and that I applied.
Hold on. We're here. So let's try it again, Brad. Unmute yourself. Let's see if we get it this time.
Perfect. So it's not something that I necessarily came up with. It's something I was taught. But when I connect with somebody on social, specifically a real estate agent, it's sending a personal message to them that says, thanks for connecting with me here. If there's anything I can do to help or anybody in my network that I can introduce you to, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Do you have that anywhere? Like,
yeah, here, I'll let me see. I will add that to the chat.
Okay, that's cool.
And it's something that I just keep in notes. And I've also heard, I posted this in the group, somebody said, well, hey, why don't you go ahead and record a video and just have a template video that you can send via Messenger saying something very similar. And it's just a way to start a conversation, because I noticed it with some of the agents that I've connected with, that if I've done a personal interaction, some of them we just get coffee right on the spot. But if nothing else, I feel like there's a bigger tie as we're commenting back and forth versus just people that are kind of loosely added to your friends list, but there's not that. It's like you've begun the relationship, but you haven't done anything deeper. So it's harder to then deepen that relationship. But if you start with the messenger, at least you get some dialogue back and forth, and there's that personal interaction that's occurring with it.
I love that. And guys, really the point for you guys in here is, if you do not have a system for Facebook Messenger, when you get friend requests or they accept your friend request, that is the key that you have to have, that you do every single time. You can either have a teammate do it for you or that you do it. You either have a video saved or you have the text saved that you can just copy and paste on it. Here's the deal. Not everybody will write back. But what I will tell you is that Brad just nailed it. You will get into conversations with people from that point right now. So do a quick check down on yourself. Do you have a system when you have a friend request? And it's the same thing even in Instagram. Thanks for the follow. It works right there too. Same thing on LinkedIn. Thanks for the connection request, and having it there right now. This is a way to really maximize social right now. You're not going to get 100%, but you're going to get in that 20 to 30% range where people are going to write back, and you're going to start getting into conversations, organic conversations rather than these forced conversations. Thank you for sharing, Brad. Let me just introduce the next one. The next one, she shared this twice on here, and it took me all the way into getting one for me to realize the power of it. So that's the truth in here too. Christy Farmer shared this twice on here. She sends a card out, and she's going to tell you how in just a moment. I'm going to share you guys this. After Elevate, she so kindly went and she had some pictures. I think she probably picked it off of social, and she sent me a nice letter on that. The pictures were of me. The pictures were of the event. I can't tell you, I got like this, wow, that is an amazing card feeling right then. And it really turned me into a believer on this too. So it takes me sometimes, guys, enough time to get this. So if you send out cards, or if you're considering sending out cards, this is the best card that I have seen by the largest majority. So go ahead, Christy.
Thank you. And you get your card, you cry.
Hold yours up, Sheer, while we're on that. Do it real quick. Show yours. And more importantly, how did it make you feel when you got it? I mean, it's personal, right?
Well, like, I'm not kidding. And it won't surprise any of you, but I did. I cried. It's just, and it's on my fridge.
And then she texted me like, I just got this awesome card from Christy. So, you know, like really, and I had the same feeling when I got one too. So share it really, your the how-to around it, or where could somebody find out?
Okay, sure. And I love it for many reasons, but it allows, I can definitely say there's definitely been an increase in my business. It's a straight correlation between coaching and send out cards that I'm using, seriously, because, and it's personal. You send it however you want. There's no way to do it. Send out cards. I know most of you have heard about it, but for those of you that are new, Send Out Cards is a company that you send cards from your computer. They have a whole host of a database of all kind of different cards that are already preset, birthdays, Christmas, whatever, happy, whatever. But more importantly, the one I use the most frequently, which is what Derek and Shira just showed you, is the customizable one where you can upload pictures. And I watch Facebook for my friends, my realtors, my clients. One of the probably the most favorite thing that I do is every closing I go to, I take a picture of the client. I typically find a picture of the house that the realtor just sold them, and I'll take a picture on the front of the card. I'll show you an example of one real quick that I took. Here's one. Can you guys see that? Do you see the picture of the house? Okay. So I take a picture of the house, and then inside I may have a picture of, this is a client, and it was one that was in the lower part of the state, so I didn't go to that closing. But I send that and a picture of them at the closing. It's like, congratulations, I'm so happy for you guys. Thanks for letting me be a part of this, whatever is personal to you. And perfect example of that, my husband and I were having dinner the other night at Outback, and one of my clients came up to me and hugged me by surprise. And she's like, we love our new house. And I can't tell you how much that card meant to us. We still have it on our refrigerator. So, and I send it for a lot of different ways, and it's just a personal touch. It's one more thing that you try to do to make your business personal. And just like what those guys said, it's not about, people don't really remember what you say sometimes, but they always remember how you made them feel. And to me, I feel like this card just kind of reiterates the passion that we all have in this business, that we care about our clients and our friends. And so I use it for personal reasons, not just for business. A customer had a daughter, a baby girl, and I put congratulations for the girl, put the picture of the baby in there, and wrote a personal note. And those are the things, hey, I want to meet for coffee. Sometimes I'll send that and just put a note in there. And this is I sent this to an underwriter after she pulled one out of the fire for me. It says, boom, clear to close. And so, but the most important thing is on the back of each card. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
All right, so on the back of the card, it has you can choose to do that, your picture, your logo, your phone number, your contact information on there. So when they do keep your card and they're like, hey, we want to refinance. Oh, wait, we still have all her information. Let's call Christy or call whoever. Yeah. So that's what I use it for. I use it for people, celebrating people, things in their lives, business, personal. I even done it like when someone has someone that passed. I've made memory cards of their loved one, and I was kind of tough on whether to do that or not. But every person that I've sent the memory card to has taken a picture of it and sent it to me. Said, you have no idea how much this meant to me. The fact that you can take the time to do it. Yeah. And since we're on limited time here, if you guys, anybody's interested in wanting to know more about it to save time, you guys can text me. Text me your phone number and your name, and just put SOC for send out cards. And you can text me at 864-680-3399. And I'm happy to explain in more details how to get started, etc. But it's a really cool way to kind of give an extra touch to what you're currently doing. And it's fun doing it too.
Thank you so much for sharing that, guys. The other thing that I want you to be aware of, so if you're really busy and you're going, man, that is a fantastic idea. I love that idea, but I'm too busy. This is a great duty for a teammate too, to have a job duty in there. This is a fantastic. When people ask me like, what should I have my marketing assistant do, or what should I have my loan officer assistant do, and I'm like, these are the kind of duties right now. They can go get a picture for you. They can drive by. They can scour social and find a cool picture of them. They can hold you accountable to writing something in there. So guys, really think about this. And I don't want anybody that's super busy to go, man, I'm too busy for something like this. Because out of any gift I've heard, right, people are spending a lot of money on closing gifts. I'll tell you this gets my vote as number one. So thank you very much for sharing that, Christy.
And it doesn't take long to make these at all. It really is pretty quick. The first year I only sent about 8 or 9. And then once I got the hang of it, I could get them out in 5 minutes. Getting the picture, write the information, and they send it. The part I didn't say is they send it for you. They put a stamp on it. You can send gifts with it if you want. It's awesome. I love it. And I love the way I feel making them. And I love the way I feel when I hear someone gets them and they love them.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So on to the next one right now. So guys, just make a quick decision. You can do it. You're not going to do it. Either way is totally cool. Next one. Hey, Shannon Dahman, I see you on right now. This is one that Shannon Dahman has presented 2 times. And it took me all the way into this time for me to finally do it. Shannon, are you on?
Yeah.
I know I didn't even prompt you with sharing anything, but I want to make sure that you get the props on this because I didn't have anything to do with this. It was all Shannon Dahman. I listened to her passion about it, and I finally did it. And all I can tell you guys is it changed everything for me. So when I want to show you guys really quickly. This is what my email looks like in here. This is my email right here. And if you look in there, no new mail. Because I just created a system in here for when I check it now. And I used what's called SaneBox. Do you want to say it like 30 seconds on it real quick, Shannon?
Sure. So what SaneBox basically is, it's an email organizer. And so it's going to take your inbox and only put the important stuff that you need to be addressing during the business day inside that inbox. So it's going to lump sum all of your newsletters that you get from other people and just junk, but you want it, but because you want to glance at it just to make sure you're not missing something critical. But it's not something that's critical to. It's not a moneymaker. It's got to go to another folder. So with SaneBox, automatically, yes. You set up.
Yeah.
I have Sane Newsletter, Sane Later, and Sane CC. So when my processor is CCing me on a bunch of stuff, I check that box usually twice a day. That's it.
That's right.
Because a lot of times I just need to read what's in there. I don't need to respond. I don't want to get involved. And that's actually been a huge bonus because I would get CC'd and the next thing you know, I would be engaged in the file.
Yep.
And delaying it, all of a sudden she solved all the problems and all I got was the solutions. And it was awesome. So
I feel so grateful for you. As I say, it took me 2 times listening to it and then only a month ago, and it's made the biggest difference for me, Shannon.
Yeah, SANE box. And then they have a black hole. The black hole, you just shove stuff into the black hole. You're never going to see an email from them again. But if something goes into the black hole that you're like, shoot, there was a coupon at Bed Bath & Beyond that I want to go grab, you can go into your black hole and grab it, and you have it. But you're not getting any of those anywhere. And my inbox is always empty.
Yeah, all I can tell you guys is whenever you switch any kind of system, email is so near and dear to our heart. I get it, the resistance. I had it too. I can stand before you and say it was so easy. SaneBox.com. They got videos on how to set it up. And once I started doing it, I was like, gosh, even me, I was shocked at how much time I was wasting on email. I can tell you as a coach to you guys, the amount of time that you guys think that you're productive because you're looking at email is fooling you. It is absolutely fooling you. If you were sitting in front of your computer just being reactive to email, you are not reaching your highest potential. So thanks so much for sharing that, Shannon, for the 3rd time. Sometimes it takes a couple times for people to get it, and I was one of them, so thank you. So guys, let's go to the next one. I heard this the other day in our group. She shared a video on it. This is a little bit, you say, how does this make me money? How does this save me time? I'll tell you this, guys. The more that we can not react to situations, the more that we can just respond to a situation from a present place, you will be shocked at how much better your business will get. So Lynette, why don't you share 30 seconds your little anxiety buster trick?
You bet. Just so you'll know, before 5 to 10 years ago, I would get so frustrated, I would throw files across the room in case.
I think everybody can relate.
I am.
Yeah.
So how to get out of that? First, I meditate. I'm a huge meditator, but in the moment, sometimes you don't have time to meditate. So a fabulous way is in your meditation or in the moment, you simply start with putting your hands, your palms together like this, and then put them to your heart and breathe. Just a couple of really big breaths. If you do it right now, you're going to notice something. And when you do those breaths and you think literally about the physicalness of your heart, imagine it, feel it pounding. And what you're actually doing is getting out of your head into your heart. It's a great way to start a conversation that may be tense. But we spend so much time in numbers. Get down here. Yeah. And you have a beautiful sales call or a gorgeous conversation because you are now in your heart. And I promise you, I swear to you, your customer, anyone you're talking to, will drop down in their heart as well.
So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. I want to take 10 seconds and just tell you guys, hey, if you think like, I don't have time for that or that, I can tell you this is the stuff that the upper level athletics, the athletes are doing. The top people in the top places in the country, the highest performers know that if they can help control their mind and not react to a situation, the better they're going to be. So you guys are corporate athletes. You guys are entrepreneurial athletes. So this is absolutely something. So when you feel yourself starting to spiral, this is a fantastic tool to just get out of that and get right back into problem solving mode. So thank you for sharing that, Lynette. Kip Pearson. Let me just say this real quick is I know you're going to be humble about this and we're tight on time. So I'm just going to introduce it like this. Kip is absolutely killing it right now with open house videos right now. He's doing a fantastic job. And I want you guys to think about this. You're going to be amazed. I'm going to say this, Kip, but you're already at this level is they're going to go, man, I'm not as good as Kip is on this. I'm not as good as this. I want to let you guys know to really consider this. Kip's a relatively new LO. This is one of the best ways I've ever seen to meet and be really relevant to realtors right now. So with that, Kip, why don't you share that just 30 seconds, what you're doing?
Yeah, so I think the first step is just going into the open house in general, not even doing the video, and saying, hey, I'm new to the area, just trying to get to know people. I bring them a snack. I never drop business cards because it's a little aggressive in my opinion. Just leave it out there, and then I usually send a business card with the thank you card afterwards. Like when we talk about those 7 touches to get trust, I don't ask for to do a video then. I don't ask then. I do to the people I know. Say, hey, is there any property you have that's really not selling well? Like no one's giving any push. Like, yeah, like let me do a video for you. And they're like, absolutely. If it's a new listing, they're like, yeah, I don't need this.
Yeah,
I'm good. But then they start seeing them and it's come to the point where they're actually calling me to do the videos, which is incredible. And I've got a gimbal, you know, like one of these Evo gimbals. Those things rock. They're about 130, 140 bucks, something like that.
I don't want to overwhelm them with tech just yet. So I want to just stay on the
yeah, absolutely.
I want to stay on the mentality. And if you guys want to follow up right now, I know Kip could help out in the group. Just ask a question. Guys, as I said, like there's one of the best dialogues you can ever get to an agent when you're sitting around and you're going, wait, what do I say? What do I do? Is, do you have any listings you want me to help promote? That's it. Do you have any listings you want me to help promote? That dialogue right there is so money. And so follow Kip. Look what he's doing on here. It is unbelievable how he's using video. Now, the next step is I'm going to introduce Terry, because then what most people say, Kip, is Kip's a former actor, right? So he's okay in front of a camera. Most people go, dude, I don't want to do a live video. So Terry, 10 seconds. Can you share? What if somebody wants to do a live video but is too scared to actually do a live video? What's a workaround for that?
There's a broadcast systems. There are 2 that are dominating the field right now: Streamlabs OBS and OBS Studio. Mm-hmm. Both will send your whatever is on your computer screen.
Will you do me a favor? Will you put that in the chat box? Those names. So
I will. Yeah.
Right now, real quick, so I can get that on recording so people can follow up. I'm right at the end, so I'm not going to. But what this does, guys, is if you go to these websites, you'll see that it's just a simple app that makes it look like a live video, but that actually you get to record it. So if you mess up, you can do it again.
Yeah. Okay. So long as you can play it on your computer, whatever's on your computer, it'll stream live.
Did you put in the chat box?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. So this should be showing up. I don't know, Hillary, if it's picking up on yours, but I'm going to say it. OBS Studio. So, and Streamlabs, just like a stream, LABS. So thanks so much for sharing that, Terry. So that is absolutely awesome. Let's go now to Jack Jones.
Hi.
So let me just introduce it right now because I'm tight on time. Guys, this is what I see. A lot of people, here are 2 big things. People will say, hey, man, I did your post once on Facebook and I didn't get any likes or comments, or I didn't get any deals. Your system stinks, dude. That is not what we're doing here, okay? What we're doing here is that you're building a brand and you're building a community in here. Sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not. And guys, I don't even know. Apparently last week's bombed, and I'm like, that's totally cool. It's just doing it over and over. I was talking to Sheer about it, and she goes, don't forget LinkedIn and Instagram. Guys, we have a lot of data and a lot of clients saying, man, I'm doing those posts on LinkedIn, I'm doing those posts on Instagram too, and I'm killing it. So it's not just Facebook once, it's all three. Jack, do you mind just sharing what your results that you're seeing on LinkedIn?
Yeah, so I made a commitment a year ago to get really focused and committed to doing a video a week minimum on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. And I thought, I'll just throw it on LinkedIn too. And then, we're trying to build the tribe here, right? And I'm focusing on Facebook, but why not do LinkedIn too? So every morning I go down, and when I'm making the coffee, I ask 300 people to connect. And I have qualifiers. They have to be in Illinois, Wisconsin. They can't be recruiters or in the mortgage business. And a realtor a month ago had me to lunch, son just out of college with him, who is fresh in the financial planning industry. And he asked me how many LinkedIn connections I have. I told him, he was like, oh my gosh, that's way, 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 way more than me. How do you do that? And I told him my system. I'm just doing this while I'm making the coffee. I've got 15 minutes to kill. I'm asking 300 people to connect every day. And he said, let's have a Zoom meeting next week. I want to show you something. So in the Zoom meeting, he showed me that there's a Google Chrome extension called DuckSoup, DUX-SOUP.
I'll put that in the chat box.
And you can set it up. I have it set it up to search only LinkedIn profiles that have the word Chicago or Illinois. And I have it set it to scrub out anybody who has the word recruiter, bank, loan, mortgage, loan officer. And I have it set up with an introductory sentence. And you can set it for random times of the day. You can set it up for how many it pauses, how long it stays on a profile. They're basically telling you how to trick LinkedIn to thinking you're not a robot when you are.
Well, thanks for sharing that. So real quickly, just tell me, what are the results that you've seen from that? Like, what are the meetings and the apps and stuff?
Well, I got a pre-approval last year from it. I've had a couple realtors reach out to me on Facebook to say they've been watching my videos on LinkedIn.
Cool.
I took my wife out to Valentine's, and a past customer I haven't talked to in 8 years, who I didn't think was too hot on me based on how quiet he was at the closing, reached out all excited through LinkedIn, said, I've been watching your videos on LinkedIn. I need a mortgage.
So that's really cool. So thanks so much for sharing that, guys. Big picture is, if you want to bust it out, you can use that DuckSoup right now.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah. So
I've only used this DuckSoup for 13 days, but based on the pace it's connecting to people, it'll add 3,000 a year.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that. Now to end, we're going to go back to Eric Zanatelli, because there's always like little tricks, right? These little apps, and that's awesome too. But always in this group, we always want to bring things back to a mindset right now. So 30 seconds, Eric, what would you say what is the best mindset to have as you approach social?
Well, for me and watching everybody, is social is a long game. It's a long, long game. What Jack's doing, I mean, he's thinking of the big picture. So just realize that most people are not getting on Facebook to watch my videos, to buy houses, to finance houses, to look at how they're getting on Facebook at work when they're not supposed to. For 5 and 10 minutes, they're doing it while they go to the bathroom to find something inspiring, something nice, or something funny to watch. And so if you just try to create your own local personality. Right now in our group, Kim Seacrest is killing it on Facebook. She comes across on Facebook so awesomely. Brad Shank has been doing some really great videos. I don't follow everybody, but I follow those too. But just remember, it's a long game, and what you're doing is you're just creating the local celebrity. Just think about it being a local celebrity. You may get some deals from it, but just kind of like what Derek said, last week's Thursday post didn't do that well. So what? We got out there, we said something, people saw us, we were out there. Just keep the mindset that it's a long game, and really it's just about being the local celebrity, because it will pay you back in droves if you just realize long game. Last year we took 115 loan apps from Facebook, and we closed 18 loans from Facebook, and I don't boost posts and I don't pay for ads.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, thank you to everybody for sharing right now. As I said, guys, I know we went a little quick, but we're trying to respect the time and everybody's time on here. This is recorded, so you can go back and watch this multiple times in here. Again, I just want to thank each and every one of you, and I want to thank each and every one of our presenters. As I said in the beginning, I feel so incredibly grateful and appreciate each and every one of you guys for being in the minority and looking at things where we share and we help each other, because together, guys, we're going to do big things in here. You guys have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everybody.